Hey there, it's Rochelle Norman from Soundscaping Source. Welcome back to our video series on getting better sleep using music. This is video 4, so we're on part 4 of our video series. So if you haven't already watched the previous videos, I encourage you to go back and watch those first. They do kind of build on each other and add up. Our first video was about why music can be such an important tool on a neurological and cultural level. Then we talked about, in the second video, we talked about how to use music to help your body relax physically. On the third video, we talked about how to use music for emotional relaxation, to find songs that have positive emotions. And then now we are on part 4. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to use music to help you deal with some really, when you have really complicated emotions or really difficult emotions, when you're feeling stuck and that is what's keeping you awake at night. Okay, so it might be that you are dealing with something really big in your life, and so you have some anger, or you have some grief, or you have some sadness or some depression, something intense that, or maybe you just had years of things build up and you've been stuffing away your sadness or stuffing away your anger or stuffing away your worry, and you have these really big feelings that you can't just ignore. You know, if we ignore these things for too long, they just build up and overflow, and it keeps us awake at night, right? It makes it so we can't sleep and get that relaxation, that peace that we're all seeking. So I want to offer you a technique to try to help you to honor those emotions, to honor those difficult emotions without letting them overcome you or overtake you. This is the idea of using a song as a container for your emotions. The idea is that you pick a song that matches or reflects or speaks to that really difficult feeling that you're having. And while you're listening to that song, or maybe while you're singing it or playing it, you can really experience that feeling and honor that feeling. And then when the song is over, then you can close that off and move on to the rest of your day or your night and your good night's sleep. For example, maybe you are somebody who is grieving right now and you've recently had a loss and you have somebody that you're missing somebody. And so you're experiencing some intense grief. And it's just all you can think about. It's all you can feel. What you can do is pick a song that you associate with that person that, if you heard it on the radio at the grocery store, would stop you in your tracks and make you cry even. But when you're doing this intentionally, in your own space, in your own time, you can listen to this song and really feel that grief, really honor that grief, and move through that grief so that you're honoring those feelings that you're having and that loss that you have experienced. For the space of this song, you're feeling that grief. Then, at the end of the song, it's containing that feeling for you. You can put that down and move on to a good night's sleep. Move on to the rest of your day and the days to come. And you can keep coming back to this. You can keep using that song as a touchstone to help you feel those feelings and to honor those emotional experiences that you're having as you move through your grief. Or you might be experiencing a different kind of difficult feeling, fear, anger, or sadness, or worry. There's so many things that that we can get stuck in. Now, one thing you do want to avoid is letting the music make you even more stuck. So you're already stuck in something called rumination, where you have this feeling or these thoughts that are just rolling around in your head, and you're in this thought pattern loop that you just can't get out of. That's called rumination, and it can be something that's hard to break out of, and it's definitely something that keeps you awake at night. The same thing can happen with music. If you start putting that song on a loop and just listening to it over and over again and really getting stuck in that feeling, rather than using it as a way to contain your feelings so that you can also move on to other experiences. Okay? So this is a little bit more difficult of an experience to have, or a technique to try on your own. So I encourage you to try this, but if you are experiencing some really intense emotions or some really some deep experiences, this might be a time when you want to reach out to a professional, to a music therapist, or to another mental health professional to help you process and work through these difficult emotions that you might be having, okay? Or maybe it's pretty easy to contain the feelings that you have and to move on. I hope that's where you're feeling today. Okay, but it's always okay to seek out the support of a mental health professional, a music therapist, to help you do these things, even in a way that will be even more helpful to you. All right? So that's how you can use music as a container for your difficult emotions. In the next video, in part 5, we are going to wrap up our video series with a few final tips for you to take with you as you continue using music intentionally to help you relax and have a better night's sleep. Before then, drop a comment below this video and just let us know what song might be a container for you for a difficult emotion that you experience. Leave your comments below the video. I can't wait to see what your suggestions are, and I will see you in the next video.